Welcome into My State of Mind here on WPRI.com, the mini version. Tonight's broadcast on MyRide TV and Fox Province at midnight has the State Education Commissioner, Angelica Infante-Green, talking about the challenges in putting together a statewide consistent plan for education and even the schedule after the governor blurted out the other day that she wants to set a goal of August 31st for the schools. I think you'll find the conversation compelling. In the meantime, it's a compelling day on a national news basis for sure. The DA in Atlanta lays down the lumber and throws the book at the police officer who is now accused of murdering Rayshard Brooks, the man who fell asleep in the Wendy's drive-through line, who spoke reportedly for 40 minutes with the officers after he attempted to break from them after they try to cuff him. He grabbed their taser, according to all the reports and all the video evidence, shot a couple of times, and then was shot to death himself. Many thought, even though the PD fired the officer right away, that it might end there. But this DA, who is running for re-election and who's behind in his election, really threw the book at him and included 10 other charges that go all the way down the list. Now, more evidence has been shown, and 8 videos in totality exist, including witness cell phones, that show the officer kicking the victim prior to his death in the 2 minutes that he was on the ground. The other officer, interestingly, has decided to turn state's evidence against his partner. He has aggravated assault charges that he is dealing with. He reportedly was going to speak today at this pretty interesting press conference, but was too psychologically bothered by the entire matter and wants to regroup. I would imagine turning on his partner is also one of the things that's affecting his psyche. The response to this has been interesting. Certainly this is going to quell any major protests. The differences between this and the George Floyd tragedy seem to be significant, yet the charges are actually, at first get, more damaging than even Derek Chauvin got in Minneapolis. So this DA has really gone after it. The question will be, and we'll have to examine whether a jury can take another direction down the line, or a judge, depending on what the defendant calls for, lessen the outcome, or have to make a decision in one fell swoop on felony murder. In the meantime, in Washington, John Bolton's book is leaking out. The president has sued through the Justice Department to prevent John Bolton from releasing this book. My guess is that will be of no success to the president. And one can only ask, why did John Bolton try to monetize this versus tell his story during the impeachment process? He'll have to answer for that. But there's no doubt, based on some of the early excerpts of the book being released, the president has a lot to answer for too. So stay tuned on that. And locally, one of the interesting things that's happening is Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee has petitioned the governor and the education department to allow local communities to delay school opening past August 31st, given the COVID economic damage it's caused. Many of the South County shore towns would like to use that Labor Day weekend for economic boom. So that is something that we'll continue to cover. Great to have you tuned in. Thanks very much for doing so, and we'll see you on the big show during the evening. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.